Hey y'all, today on the farm we got a lot going on. We trapped a whole bunch of wild pigs in a trap this morning about 5:30. I've already taken care of that situation. Now I gotta go get some extra special peanut seed from Blakely, Georgia. Those baby lima beans are shooting on up. They're taking off like a bullet, looking really good out here. I've already finished planting all my 12Y variety peanuts. They're back there in the back. You can see them, they're already up, if you can see that far, that green area over there. And yesterday we started planting 06G variety. I'm gonna have them on this side of the field. But today, I'm planting what is the rarest peanut seed on the commercial market. This seed is uber hard to get. It's a brand new variety, supposed to be the best of the best. I had to start trying to get this seed back in November. To put that in perspective, I finished harvesting about October 30 or November 1st, and then I started trying to get this year's seed. I called around multiple states, all over the southwest corner of the state I'm in, and I was able to fortunately acquire just a little bit of this seed, very strictly allocated, and they've agreed to let me plant it on my farm. I'll be the only farm in this whole region that has any of it. So they have it out here in a spot up by the pavement where everybody can see it and people can come by and look at it and see it compared to the 06G, which is 06G supposedly the best peanut on the market. But I think they're starting to play out a little bit, and this is the variety that many people believe is going to replace the 06G. This is the next up and coming variety. So I have Mr. Tim Moore with Nutrien in the cab with me. He's the one that provided these seed for me to plant. Tell us what is special about this seed. What is different in this than what we've been planting in South Georgia?
All right, this is the first commercial line that Donagro has released, and it's been 4 years in the making. We've been testing this family for 4 years in South Georgia, and this is the selection we made. And out of those, this one selection comes after the minimum we've tested is 1,000 lines a year for the last 3 years. So you know, it's a long process, and we've actually been trying to find a peanut variety for our customers for like 8 years now. We were dealing with another germplasm supplier, but 3 years ago we started working with International Peanut Group, which is based in Brownfield, Texas. They're the breeders, the germplasm suppliers, but will be the ones that will license this variety. And this is Donagro 913. It's a patented variety. Most of the newer peanut varieties coming out of the, especially the universities and all, are patented now, rather than just the PPV. The patented seed, a grower has to have an agreement with the supplier to save seed, whereas the PPV varieties, you can save seed for your own operation, but not to sell commercially. But we're excited about it. Like I said, we've been working on this for 3 years with this particular line. So what we've done is we've taken 25% of the seed supply that we had to increase seed for next year, but we've taken 25% of that out of seed increase to do these plots. And we will have 24 basically 10-acre trials on farm, real world, and those will be from Atmore, Alabama, all the way across to Swainsboro, Georgia, which is the southeast division for Nutrien, is all of Georgia, South Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. So after this year, we'll know what we got, and but we wanted to, rather than having more seed next year, we wanted to have a better feel for this variety after this year. And there's no better way to get it than to put it in the farmer's hand. They treat it just like the rest of the crop, nothing special, but we'll take this through yield, right through the commercial. We'll have the grades, everything that just like the farmer will on all the rest of his peanuts.
So I'm planting these side by side with 06Gs, and then in the same field, but further over I have 12Ys, but these will butt up to 06Gs. They'll be treated exactly the same, and so you will know spot on what the difference is between this and 06G. 06G is the most commonly planted peanut right now. That's the #1 seed, but as I said earlier, I think it's playing out. Its days are coming to a close. The longer a variety is out, the more susceptible it starts to become to tomato spotted wilt virus or molds or funguses. It loses some of the immunity that it may have had in the initial breeding process. And so it's a seed that starts out good, fades out over the course of a decade or
yeah,
more.
That's right. Patrick's right. Mother Nature's always wins. There's not gonna be a variety. And really in the seed business, if you get 10 years out of a variety, that's you've done good. But you've always got to be looking for that next one. And there's a lot of them come along hoping to replace those 6Gs, but it's been a really good variety for our growers, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So this particular variety is, I believe, the rarest commercially available peanut seed. There's other varieties that are rarer, but they're not commercially available yet. They're still in the stages of development. They're not available yet. So this being the rarest commercial variety, how many acres total you think are going to be this year?
We got enough seed for about 1,300 acres, and the bulk of that will be in seed production. We've got 24 plots that are basically 10 acres that'll be on-farm trials that we're doing. So commercially there'll be about 1,200 acres of this, but all of that seed is increased for next year. If everything goes good, we can go from 1,200 acres this year up to 25 or 30,000 acres next year, just according to the seed yields and turnouts we get.
To put that in perspective, there's 1,200 acres total available. The average South Georgia peanut farm grows between 800 and 1,200 acres a year. So it's enough peanut seed for an average farm.
And even a percent.
Yeah. Trying to use the most of the seed as possible. I don't want to waste any seed, so my final through is only going to be 6 rows. It's a 12-row planter. I've made a few rounds planting 12, but I don't have enough seed left to make another pass at 12. So I'm going to have 6 rows of the new nutrient variety and 6 rows of the Georgia 06Gs going through on this pass. In an earlier peanut planting video, when I was planting those 12 Ys, I told y'all different seeds feed at different rates, and this is a perfect example of this. This planter is set the same all the way across, but this side has a new variety and that side has 06Gs. You can see it divided, how they're putting out different rate. All the settings are exactly the same, but one variety is coming out much thicker than the other variety. So when you're dealing with planting seeds, every minute difference makes a difference. I am targeting 2 different seed rates here, so it's a little bit lucky that they're coming out at a different rate than each other. On this new variety, we're wanting about 118 to 120,000 seed, and on the 06Gs, I'm wanting about 105 to 110, somewhere in that area. So it's a little bit lucky that they're coming out different. I have already planted the first 2 pallets and gone back to Bluffton and gotten 2 more pallets and loaded the first loading off of the 3rd pallet of the day. That's a lot, y'all. It's 13.3 acres in a pallet, 2,000 pounds on the pallet, so I've already done 4,000 pounds of seed. plus another fill up so far today. I'll dump another 2,000 at least for the end of the day, 6,000 pounds, and maybe start on that next pallet. I don't want to get too far ahead. We got a little bit of moisture now. I'm trying to plant before we lose it, but we got a strong chance of rain tonight and tomorrow. That'll throw a few days break in it, where we'll have a pause in the planting. So I'm gonna plant as much as I can today, get as far as I can, but man, it's a lot of lifting. A lot of 50-pound bags got to be picked up. These rows in this field are pretty long. I can't quite make a full round, so I have, there we go, right on cue. I have to carry a few seed with me. I carry 2 bags on either wing of the planter. Stop out here, top them off just. I'll split, 3 hoppers per 1 bag. Give me just enough to make it over that hill and back to the trailer so I can fill up and go again. This is where it gets interesting. Temperature just dropped about 10 degrees. Wind has picked up substantially. The rain is all but here. I got, come on, baby. I got a pallet and a pallet plus 10 bags sitting on that trailer out there that can't get wet. Plus, these planters don't need to get wet either. So, trying to up against it here. You don't want to stop short. You want to plant as long as you can, but you don't want to get caught out in the rain. It is close. It is really close. Getting a little rain in the back of the field. Trying to catch my turn rows up now. Seed bags are I know you've seen them, they're just paper bags. They can't get wet, can't get any moisture on them. Don't want moisture on the planter rig, so I'm trying to go up. I done cut my turn rows on the back of the field. Now I'm driving to the front down the road in the middle of the field. I'm gonna catch my turn rows up on the front of the field. The turn rows is where I pick up the planter and turn around each time. And so there's a space of 12 rows against the front road and against the wood line in the back. I have to plant them perpendicular to the rest of the field. That's the turn rows. So after you've planted the field rows, you come back and plant the turn rows around the end. For those of you who haven't been watching this channel for several years, I take great pride in my turn rows. I lay them off straight. It's not computer driven. My field rows are computer driven, but I manually drive the turn rows, and I drive them dead even straight. It takes a lot of concentration. You gotta look where you're going straight down the field. I can't be paying attention to a lot of other things, but I lay them off super duper straight, and I take a lot of pride in getting my turn rows looking nice and neat right around the edge of the field where everybody riding by sees them. Ditch. starting to come on down. I got the planters backed in the barn here. Just put the jack stands down. Daddy should be whooping in any second now with that seed. Get it on this barn so the bags don't get too wet. But man, I lifted 4,000 pounds of seed yesterday. We planted 6,000 pounds today, but I didn't lift all of them myself. I lifted probably 5,000, 4,800, 5,000 pounds. Man, I'm about ready to go sit down at the house for a minute, to tell you the truth. But thank the Lord for the rain. I thank all y'all for watching. Hope to see you next time.